Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're embarking on a journey into something that's really fascinated people for, well, millennia: astrology.
Hmm.
But it's often pretty misunderstood.
That's definitely true.
Our mission here isn't about predicting your future, telling you exactly what will happen. Instead, we want to help you get a real handle on what astrology actually is, how it functions as maybe a tool for self-understanding, for timing things, and how it might help you ask, well, better questions about your own life. Think of it as a bit of a shortcut to being, let's say, genuinely well-informed about a pretty complex subject.
That's a great way to put it. For thousands of years, really, different cultures have looked up at the sky for meaning. And astrology, at its heart, it isn't some kind of fixed destiny that just takes away your free will. It's more like a pattern language, a really sophisticated way to understand timing, find meaning, gain perspective. It's about orientation, like you said, not prediction.
Yeah, because when most people hear astrology, they probably think of, I don't know, newspaper horoscopes, or maybe a fortune teller with a crystal ball, that kind of thing.
Right.
But the source material we looked at really challenges those ideas, doesn't it? Suggests something much richer.
Exactly. That's the core of the misunderstanding, really.
Yeah.
The most crucial point, I think, is that astrology studies the correlation between celestial cycles and, well, human experience.
Correlation, that's the key word.
Yes, I really want to stress that. Correlation, not causation. It's not like the planets make you do things. Think of the sky less like a machine dictating events and more like a huge, intricate clock.
A clock, okay.
Yeah, a clock reflects the time, it synchronizes with events, but doesn't cause them. Astrology reflects these archetypal energies unfolding, in the world and inside us. It's symbolic, interpretive, not something you prove in a lab. It's about patterns.
Okay, so if the value isn't this will happen, certainty, it's about orientation. What does that really mean for our listener day to day?
Right. Well, connecting it to the bigger picture, orientation means getting a sense of where you are in a larger cycle. It helps you see what themes, what energies are kind of emphasized in your life right now. And the idea is you can then work with those energies rather than feeling like you're swimming against some invisible tide.
Okay, makes sense.
It's a framework for meaning, and it's also a timing tool. It helps you ask, okay, what season am I in? Instead of just what's going to happen. It's
Yeah.
like understanding the energetic weather forecast for your life.
This is where it gets really personal, I think. The natal chart. That's
Okay.
central, right?
Yeah.
What exactly is that? What does this cosmic blueprint actually show?
Yeah, the natal chart or birth chart is basically a snapshot. It's a map of the sky taken at the exact moment you were born. We need the date, the precise time, and the location.
Okay.
Imagine it like a 360-degree circle divided into 12 slices called houses.
Mm.
Then you overlay the 12 signs of the zodiac, and then you place the planets within that structure.
So it's like a personalized map of the sky at your moment one.
Exactly. And it's crucial to understand this chart doesn't dictate who you must be. It's not a life sentence. Instead, it describes your potentials, your inherent tensions, the resources you naturally have, and the kinds of cycles you'll likely encounter and grow through during your life. It's your unique energetic landscape.
Okay, so if the birth chart is the map, what are the key symbols, the building blocks we need to understand to even start reading it? Our sources seem to break it down into three main things.
That's right. The three core components are the signs, the houses, and the planets.
Mm.
Let's start with the signs. Think of these as the style of expression, the energetic flavor.
Okay.
There are 12 signs, and each is a unique mix of an element fire, earth, air, or water, and a modality cardinal, fixed or mutable.
Right, the elements and modality.
Yeah, elements tell you the basic energy type. Fire signs like Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, they inspire, they act. Earth signs Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, they build, sustain, ground things. Air signs Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, connect, think, communicate. And water signs Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, feel, bond, empathize.
Got it.
Then the modalities describe how that energy operates. Cardinal signs initiate, fixed signs stabilize, mutable signs adapt. So a good analogy is, if a planet is an actor, the sign it's in is like its costume. Same actor, different role, different style of expression.
Ah, I like that. The planet is the actor, the sign is the costume. That makes it clear how the energy changes. So what about the houses? You said they were like the stages.
Exactly. That brings us to the houses these aware of life, the specific arenas. Just like signs, there are 12 houses. They map out different areas of life experience, starting very personally and moving outward.
Like different chapters in your life.
Yeah, precisely. The first house is about yourself, your identity, how you appear. The second is resources, values, what you have. The third is communication, learning, your local environment. And they keep going, covering home, creativity, work, health, partnerships, shared resources, beliefs, career, community, and even the more hidden, unconscious parts of life in the 12th house.
Okay, so a planet in a house shows where its energy shows up most strongly.
You got it. It pinpoints the area of life where that planet's themes will be a major focus for you. We won't list all 12 right now, but you can find a full list with their meanings in our show notes if you want to dive deeper there.
Perfect. And then the main players, the planets themselves, what do they represent? The what, you called it.
Yes, the planets are the what. They represent different forces, different psychological functions within us. We usually group them into two sets. First, the classical seven, the ones visible without a telescope. They represent core personal functions.
Like the sun and moon.
Exactly. The sun is your core vitality, your purpose, your ego. The moon is your needs, emotions, body, how you connect. Mercury is your mind, how you think and communicate. Venus is about love, values, beauty, relating. Mars is your drive, assertiveness, how you handle conflict. Jupiter's growth, optimism, where you find abundance. And Saturn is structure, limits, discipline, time, mastery.
Okay, those are the personal ones. What about the others, the ones further out?
Right, those are the modern outer planets.
Yeah.
Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. They move much more slowly, so they relate more to generational themes, collective shifts, and longer phases in our lives. Uranus brings disruption, breakthroughs, innovation, the unexpected. Neptune is about imagination, intuition, spirituality, but also maybe illusion or confusion. It dissolves boundaries. And Pluto represents deep transformation, power, intensity, uncovering what's hidden, endings and rebirths. These planets are like the fundamental drives or verbs in your personal story.
Okay, wow. So we have the planets, the actors, the signs, their style or costume, and the houses, the stage. But surely they don't just sit there in isolation. How do they interact? You mentioned aspects.
Yes, exactly. How do these different parts of you talk to each other? That's where aspects come in. Aspects are geometric angles between planets in the chart. They describe the dynamics, how these energies connect.
The relationships between the players.
Precisely. There are several key ones. A conjunction is when planets are right together, 0 degrees apart. Their energies fuse, it's intense focus. A sextile, 60 degrees, suggests opportunity, an easy flow, things working together smoothly. A square, 90 degrees, is tension, friction, a challenge. But this is often where the real growth happens.
Right, the challenging ones aren't necessarily bad.
Not at all. A trine, 120 degrees, is natural ease, harmony, talent, things just click. And an opposition, 180 degrees, shows polarity, a push-pull between two forces that need integration, often involving awareness of others or projection.
It's really interesting that you frame even the difficult aspects, like a square, as engines for growth, not just problems.
Absolutely. It's
Yeah.
so important. These aspects describe dynamics, not final verdicts. That square, that tension, it demands attention. It pushes you to innovate, to build new skills, to develop resilience. Think of it like resistance training for your character. It's often where you achieve your greatest mastery.
Okay, that reframes things significantly. Now, our source material also mentioned looking through a Hellenistic lens, going back to ancient roots. What kind of unique insights does that older approach offer?
Yeah, it's fascinating. A lot of contemporary astrology is actually reviving these much older Hellenistic techniques from around, say, the 2nd century BCE onwards. They offer incredible depth. One key concept is sect. This distinguishes between day charts, sun above the horizon, and night charts, sun below.
And that actually matters.
Oh, significantly. It changes the flavor or the functioning of certain planets, which ones are more supportive or more challenging for you personally. It shifts the planetary team.
Hmm.
Then there are dignities. This is the idea that planets are stronger or function more easily when they're in signs they rule or are exalted in. It's like being on home turf.
Okay. And you mentioned lots or parts, not actual planets.
Right. These are calculated points, sensitive degrees in the chart. Think of them as specific focus points. Two really important ones are the lot of fortune, which often relates to the body, health, material circumstances, what comes to you, and the lot of spirit, which connects more to your mind, your choices, your actions, what you do in the world, your path or career sometime.
And there was something about timing life chapters.
Yes. Time Lords. These are predictive techniques that assign certain planets rulership over specific periods of your life. They help sequence your life story, showing when different planetary themes become foreground. A really powerful one is zodiacal releasing.
Zodiacal releasing.
Yeah, it uses the lots of fortune or spirit to map out major chapters, peak periods, and turning points across your entire lifespan. It's like seeing the narrative arc of your life.
That sounds incredibly detailed.
Hmm?
So the birth chart is fixed, but the sky keeps moving. How does astrology track what's happening now?
That's the domain of transits. This is probably the most common predictive technique people encounter. Transits compare where the planets are now in the sky to where they were in your birth chart.
Okay, so overlaying the current sky onto your personal map.
Exactly. They mark windows when certain themes are activated. They don't guarantee outcomes, but they show the archetypal energy that's currently in the air for you, like a personal weather report.
Can you give us a quick sense of the major outer planet cycles and what their transits might feel like, Jupiter, Saturn?
Sure. Jupiter moves through a sign roughly every year. Its full cycle is about 12 years. Jupiter transits often feel like opening doors, opportunities, learning, optimism, expansion.
Nice. What about Saturn? The Saturn return is famous or infamous?
Right. Saturn takes about 29 years to go around. Its transits are about structure, responsibility, testing, maturity. The Saturn return around 2958, etc., is a major checkpoint time to consolidate, face reality, build lasting structures. It can feel heavy, but it builds character.
Okay. And the really slow ones, Uranus.
Uranus takes about 84 years. Its transits bring sudden changes, breakthroughs, shocks, a need for freedom, innovation. Expect the unexpected. Neptune is around 165 years. Transits bring inspiration, heightened intuition, spiritual connection, but also potentially confusion, fog, dissolving old boundaries. Things can feel unclear, but also magical. And Pluto, taking about 248 years, brings deep, profound transformation, power struggles, endings, rebirths, confronting core issues, intense but ultimately regenerative.
Wow. So these transits really provide context for the timing of different life phases and themes.
Precisely. They help you cooperate with the energy of the moment, understand the weather, rather than fighting it.
Okay, with all this talk of cycles and influences, it feels really important to circle back and be super clear about what astrology isn't.
Absolutely crucial. Let's clear the air.
What are the main things listeners should know it's not?
Okay, number one, it's not mind reading. It can't tell you precisely what someone is thinking or feeling. Number two, it's not about fixed fate. It doesn't erase your free will or mean everything is predetermined. You always have choices within the patterns.
Right. Agency is key.
Exactly. And number three, it is absolutely not a substitute for professional advice.
Mm-hmm.
Medical, legal, financial, psychological. Use it alongside those things, perhaps, but never instead of them.
That umbrella analogy you used earlier was helpful. It helped you respond to the weather, doesn't cause it.
Perfect. It's a symbolic mirror, a calendar of archetypal weather. Use it to navigate, not to dictate.
So, given what it isn't, how should someone approach astrology thoughtfully, ethically, maybe even if they're a bit skeptical?
That's a great question. The ethical approach really emphasizes personal agency, like you said. Good astrology empowers, it doesn't disempower. It should be descriptive, invitational. More like, here's the terrain, here's the timing, what feels right for you to do with this, not, this will happen.
So it's about possibilities, not pronouncements.
Exactly. And practically, respect privacy. Don't use it to scare people or predict doom. Stay curious. And honestly, the best way to learn is empirically. Track transits in your own life. Keep a journal. See what actually resonates. Reality is the best teacher.
That makes a lot of sense. Test it against your own experience. Okay, this has been fantastic. For someone listening who's thinking, wow, this is deeper than I thought, where do I even start? What are some concrete first steps?
Okay, a simple roadmap. 1. Get your chart. You know that exact birth, time, and place. Lots of free, reputable websites do this. Astro.com is a classic.
Okay, first get the map.
2. Learn your big three. That's your sun sign, your moon sign, and your ascendant or rising sign. That gives you a foundational sense of self. 3. See where your planets are. Which signs are they in? Crucially, which houses are they in? Where do those energies play out?
Planets and signs and houses. Got it.
4. Note your strongest aspects. Look for any tight conjunctions, squares, trines, oppositions. What are the main internal dynamics? And 5. Watch one current transit. Pick a big one, like Jupiter or Saturn moving through a part of your chart. Track its themes for a month or two. Journal about it. Does it connect?
That sounds doable. A practical way in.
Yeah. And if you want to go deeper later, maybe explore your chart's sect, find the rulers of your houses, or even try outlining your zodiacal releasing periods. But those first steps are key.
Could you maybe walk us through a quick example just to see how all these pieces, planet, sign, house, aspect, transit, might weave together in a real-life scenario?
Sure, let's take the example from the source. Imagine someone has a day chart with Mars in the 10th house in Leo and it's square to Saturn and Taurus.
Okay, Mars and Leo in the 10th, square Saturn and Taurus. Break that down.
All right, Mars in Leo. That's a drive. Mars, it's bold, expressive, wants recognition, Leo. In the 10th house, this drive is focused on career, public image, ambition. 10th. So strong need to shine professionally. Square Saturn in Taurus. Ah, the tension. That fiery Leo Mars drive hits fiction, square, with Saturn slow, practical, maybe resource conscious to Taurus nature. Saturn brings limitations, delays, the need for structure.
So wanting to leap forward professionally, but feeling held back by practicalities or needing to build slowly.
Exactly. Early in life, they might feel blocked, maybe overly criticized at work, or like they have to work twice as hard for recognition. That Leo desire for the spotlight meets Saturn's demand for slow, steady, tangible results. But
Yeah.
over time, this exact tension becomes a source of strength. They learn disciplined courage. They learn how to perform under pressure, how to lead with stability and flair. The square forces mastery.
It becomes a training arc, like you said.
Precisely. Now, add timing. When Jupiter transits that Mars, maybe an opportunity for a big promotion or public recognition arrives. Boom. But when Saturn transits that Mars, it could be a time of restructuring career goals, needing to get serious, maybe facing limitations or needing to prove their authority.
So the transits activate that core tension in different ways at different
You
times.
got it. The chart sets up the dynamic, the transit's time, the unfolding story. It's not about good or bad, but about the developmental journey.
Wow. That really brings it all together. What an incredible deep dive. You've given us such a different way to think about astrology, not just the sky, but our own lives.
Well, I hope so. Again, astrology won't live your life for you. It doesn't solve your problems,
Yeah.
but it can be a really powerful tool for timing things, for understanding the season you're in, and yeah, for making choices that feel more aligned with who you are.
So, the final thought for you listening, maybe approach astrology less like fortune telling and more like learning a craft. Learn the symbols, sure, but test them against your own life. Keep what works for your orientation. That phrase really sticks. Orientation over prediction. Oh. We hope this has sparked some curiosity, maybe offered a fresh look at a truly cosmic topic. Until next time, keep exploring.